Continue from the previous video, we had been driving for 10 hours and 200 km for urban drive and fuel consumption tests. We felt that the car is very comfortable and very stable at high speed. We don't really felt tired after driving the whole day. In the second day, we decided to take the car to Taman Negeri Kenaboi. This is because I want to test out the handling and off-road capabilities of this car. This journey consists of half highway and half country road. To double confirm on my previous day's conclusion, I pay extra attention on the car's performance on this day. To be frank, I was quite amazed by how torquey the engine is even at low RPM. Driving at 110 km per hour, the RPM is just 1500. I believe this would help to bring down the fuel consumption, also the engine noise while cruising at high speed. For the previous day, it was all urban road and highway driving. The roads are mostly straight and flat. Where on this day, finally, I can take it out to some winding and bumpy roads to test it out properly. Coming out from the highway, we passed through some urban area. As usual, wide road, heavy traffic, many junctions and traffic lights. But not for long, we drive into some narrow roads. We started driving into rural areas. In this kind of road, you can really test out the handling of the car. So, how's the handling of the car? Well, first of all, the body roll is significantly less than the previous generation. The car reacted fast to my steering input. I can feel that the suspension is strong enough to keep the car stays flat around corners. This is amazing. The handling of the car makes me enjoy driving this road. Not only that, it's comfortable because not much body roll. One more thing I noticed, the brake on this car is a lot more powerful than the previous generation. I'm having tons of confidence driving this car in this kind of roads. While we are on the way, we are quite surprised to see some of the road is already covered with mud. I have a bad feeling the campsite may be not accessible. Now we have entered the access road. The width of the road can only cater for one car. There are a few landslides along the access road, but all of them has been cleared. Coming ahead, there's a narrow bridge. I was assisted by the sensors on the front bumper. In case you don't know, this is cotton tree. In the old days, the access road is gravel. Now it is being covered with cement and tar. We accidentally came to a dead end. The only thing we can do is reverse all the way back. With the reverse camera and a big 9-inch LCD, this is a big help. From here, the roads is no longer covered with cement and tar. We are one step closer to the campsite. It feels like the car has returned to its natural habitat. Not long ahead, there's another landslide. This is a scary one. Due to the collapsed soil occupying the inner parts of the road, the remaining available access is very near to the cliff. Without any surprise, we went through safely. Again, thanks to the sensor on the corners of the front bumper. Now, how does the stiffer suspension performs in bumpy road? At first, I thought it would be very uncomfortable. After testing out, to my surprise, it is even more comfortable. This is because the suspension doesn't go bottom up easily. But that's not being said. The stiffer the better it is. The suspension still has to be soft enough to absorb the bumps. As for this car, it seems like the designer has found the balance. Then we arrive at our favorite camping spot. The campsite looks so different now. After speaking to a local, only we realize a serious flood also happened here back in the end of 2021. The campsite is severely damaged by the flood. The water level is chest height at where am I standing now. It is quite scary to think about if the flood occurs while we are camping. My original plan is to cross the river, but it seems like I have to cancel the plan. The river has become a lot more deeper and wider now. The access has become a huge step from a slope. Finally, we have arrived at the entrance, but we were told to turn around because Taman Negeri is closed until further notice. Out of curiosity, we went into another route to check out another campsite. The local had told me there's a river crossing along the way. Didn't want to risk getting stuck. I got down on foot to check the access road condition. Not far further up, I saw the river. I spotted one problem from here. There's a hole in the center of the access. I need to go across to check it properly. If one of the wheels fall into the hole, I could really get stuck over here, as we were coming by ourselves, so it's better to take things seriously. Let's go. I thought it is as deep as my knee. Turns out it's just halfway. It's a good idea to check if there's any big rocks in the river that could potentially damage the car. But luckily, down there is all sand, not too soft. There is some visible fresh tire tracks on the access. Also, the surface is not too soft. It seems like someone just passed by yesterday. What's most important is to pick a good line, and the rest I will leave it to the car. Yep, it's quite deep. A rough estimation, I think the tires can clear the holes at the center, but both tires would be at the edge of the hole. Since this car is having rear diff lock, I don't have to worry about wheel spin. Even if one rear wheel is not touching the ground, the car can still move forward. Going further up, there is enough space for me to turn around. Too bad I didn't take any video of it. It branches into two roads. Going to the left is going to some other campsite. They are all along the rivers. Going to the right, it will lead you to further upstreams. It's just so quiet and peaceful over here. So, river crossing challenge begin. A final check before crossing the river. Engage 4L and diff lock. I'm ready to go. Climbing up is totally effortless. I'm not even pushing, just a gentle tap on throttle, no drama. While making 3-point turn, I have disengaged 4-wheel drive and diff lock. Doing this is to protect your drivetrain. After making 3-point turn, I re-engage everything. Watch the hill descent control in action. The car has taken over to control the brakes. It is slowing down, but it is not skidding. I can steer the car like normal. This is just epic.